Hey everybody, I wanted to give a video that kind of gave a little sliver of hope instead of all this negativity, but I wanted to share with you guys a funny and cool story. But I thought it would be kind of neat to talk about these wonderful individuals that made the billions and millions of dollars that they've made, obviously, out of their garage, and that's where it all started. So the story that I'm going to give you has to do with me working and creating Paradyme out of my father's garage when I was broke. So you guys have probably seen some of my other podcasts in regards to the short sales and all that stuff post 2008. Well, in 2008, I had my first son, Shane, my oldest. And I ended up kind of pulling myself together in 2008, 2009. I had a partner that didn't really go well, so I had to start over again. And when I did, this is when I moved back to my father's house. Well, that was in Riverside. My wife at the time worked in Temecula, and she was a server at one of the wineries. And so she had to drive about 45 minutes one way to work. And so she was working 4 or 5 days a week, depending on the, if it was during the summer, the winter, whatnot. And so the garage that I was working from my father's was a little messy. And which you'll see here, he was doing an extensive remodel. And so every day I would go out in the morning and I had a big plastic cover over my desk and my computer to keep the dust off, and then I would pull the cover off, clean everything up because I didn't want to ruin my computer. I'd clean everything up, I'd work, and then I would cover that desk back up every night when I go to bed, and I would work all hours of the day. And as you guys know, working from a garage, or any of you have worked from a garage, it's super hot during the summer and it's super cold during the winter. Well, with all the remodel and tools and product and everything that was inside this garage, I literally had to like tippy-toe past and in between to work from this garage. So it was very, very difficult and very humbling at the same time. And my son, he was 2, 3, 4 years old. And I cut an old big piece of carpet and put it underneath my desk so he could sit around and play because it was on concrete on the foundation. So I put that carpet underneath the desk and he'd go in there and play, and I actually still have the desk. All the way underneath the desk is all his writing from his crayons. And so every once in a while I'll look at that desk. It's very humbling to remember those times. But what happened it was probably a good year or so before I was able to build enough income and a good steady stream of income before we moved out of that. So it was very, very difficult for me. And I wanted to share this with you because given the time, it was very hard at that moment. So when you're in it, it's hard. When you come out of it and you look back at it, you're like, wow, I would do that again, giving like what I've learned, and you know how much hard work you're going to have to put in to dig yourself out of it. So I remember those times, and that's, I think, something that I want to reflect on, knowing that, hey, look, this is how it works. If it's going to be a hard time, you buckle down, but it's easy once you've done this several times to have faith. So when you go through hard times like you have now, you know that you're going to pull out of it. So it's a little easier when you're in it. So if you have the right mindset, you're going to be able to pull out of it quicker and you're going to deal with it. And if you're married and you have kids and you have all these other pressures, you want to be able to react properly. Don't overstress and become somebody you're not at the moment. I've done that. I've made my mistakes. And so right now my focus is I'm wanting to share this cool stuff with you guys. It feeds my soul. It makes me feel good to be able to know that what I went through wasn't in vain. I can share this and help other people. But just to reflect back, that was hard, and I was just thinking about that. And half my team, we all pulled together and we're kind of bringing, this stuff up. All the hard times we've all individually been through. And, all the way down to the president of my company lost his son. He was 21 years old in a car accident, all the way down to, one of my managers, in the military and the stories he has in the military and his daughters. And, I have an ex-fund manager here that lost her husband. And we all have stories. But the best part is we're surrounded around wonderful people that are all pulling together to make this easy. But the best part is the alliances that you build now and the people that you have around you, they're never going to leave. It's bittersweet. So in so many ways, it's worth it to go through these times. So I encourage everybody, even though you're going through a difficult time, just remember your roots, where you came from. Remember that every hardship you've had in your past, you get through. But right now, this will pass, and I believe it's going to pass quicker than than 2008. I think we're going to recover decently. I have my theory. I don't want to talk about it at the moment, but I just wanted to share this hardship and a little background about myself. And again, I'm no millionaire or billionaire. It's just kind of funny to see all of these guys, that had pulled together and worked from a garage and then pulled out of it and did something with their lives. So, just a very humbling moment from me to you. I'm hoping that I can keep these going for you guys throughout the weeks. And I encourage everybody to buckle down the next couple weeks. Build your relationships, start making phone calls, start figuring out ways to get out of this hole because it's going to be rough. But again, I share love and peace to everybody, and feel free to reach out, call me. Anybody has questions on what we're seeing on the capital markets, and you guys will see some of the other cool things that we're going to be doing. And again, hopefully we can impact from a positive side to help other people. So once again, guys, salute, good luck, and we'll see you soon.